Oh wait, that's not the right intro.
Oh my.
Oh wait, there we go. All right, guys, welcome to another podcast with Double Digit Angler. This is episode 12, I think, and we have special guests here. We have Kayak Ditch Day. Why don't we start off with Chris? Chris, go ahead and introduce yourself.
How you doing? My name is Chris, otherwise known as Hooker Brother Up. I rig everybody's kayaks up, actually. Do the electricals and things like that, and that's my role.
How did you get started into fishing? Where did you cut your teeth in fishing?
Well, first of all, I'm probably like double everybody's age in this group.
Oh, no.
So I've been fishing for quite a while, but not as a bass tournament fisherman for that long a time, but been fishing for quite a few years. And I know my daughter used to play softball, and I couldn't go fishing too much. And once she stopped playing softball, and I got the fishing bug and just went off on it like that. And
did you grow up? Where did you grow up again?
I was born in Rhode Island, Providence, Rhode Island.
Yeah.
But majority of my life has been here in Whittier, California.
Okay, right on. Yeah. What was like the ponds that you hit up in the beginning of your?
Pudding Stone, when Pudding Stone was a real lake.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, Pudding Stone Wilderness Park. La Mirada Regional Park, and all the golf courses in the local area.
All right. Let's move on to this big bad boy over here. We got Shane in the house.
Yeah, what's up? Shane Matos. Just do a little bit of salt, do a little bit of freshwater, just a little bit of everything.
Where did you cut your teeth in bass fishing? When did you start?
Bass fishing?
Yeah.
With this guy right here, Cheeto.
Well, let's get you closer to the mic. Remember, 6 to 12 inches from the mic.
We had a big old discussion about this. I'm already fired. No, bass fishing with this guy. He told me about Pyramid Lake. I went out, I caught it like a 8-inch smallmouth on a trick worm, and I had the bug ever since.
So wait, Cheeto taught you everything about bass fishing?
Yeah, everything.
Damn. Well, now that
he showed me where it's at. Yeah, he got me like he gave me the bug. Yeah.
Well, when did you get your first kayak? Like, tell me about how you came about just getting a kayak, period.
Getting a kayak?
Yeah.
I have another buddy that he knows that I used to fish for a long time, and he went
closer
out,
to the mic.
He went out and ended up renting a kayak, told me he caught some fish, and I kind of got like excited about it. So I ended up that night after we spoke, looked on OfferUp, looked like, I'm going to get one of these. And then I just drove up to a spot in Long Beach that sold kayaks, and I bought one that day. And we ended up going out that weekend. It's not the kayak I have now, but I had that.
Oh, it's not?
No, it was a Lightning kayak.
Oh, okay.
It's like an intermediate kind of beginner kayak. It was cool. I mean, it got the job done, but once I got more into it and started doing bass fishing, and I knew I had to upgrade. So.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right. Cheeto, you're up.
Hey, am I close enough to the mic?
I think you're close up to the mic. Yeah.
All right. I'm Cheeto. Real name's Michael. But
AKA Swim Bait Underground raffle winner.
I know, right?
You got the whole package.
I was trying to get the boat, but I got the package, but it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of really good stuff.
How'd you get into bass fishing?
So I actually started out doing like saltwater fishing.
Yeah.
And I was going out of like Redondo with some buddies, and we would just do like rock fishing and then like saltwater bass fishing and stuff. And then, I was just on YouTube, just like trying to find like more information.
Yeah.
And then I randomly stumbled upon like Greg Blanchard's videos.
Yeah.
And I watched them. I was like, oh my God, like this looks super fun. So like, I just started going out. I started going out to Pyramid. And that's when I started bringing him. So like, we actually met in saltwater at Redondo. He went out on a trip with a buddy of mine.
Mhm.
And so, we were fishing together, and I noticed he was like, pretty perceptive about stuff. So I was like, hey, like I'm gonna be going. I'm starting to do like freshwater fishing. Like, do you want to try going with me? And he was like totally down. So yeah, we went to Pyramid. Like,
You basically became like bromance,
Yeah, it's
basically.
like say no more. It
This
was
is
like,
the
say no more.
bromance.
Yeah.
and like
Yeah,
you
it
know,
was love at first sight.
And I'm gonna get to you two as well, because there's a bromance between you two, and there's a bromance between you two. I don't have a really bromance. I don't really have a bromance with any of you guys. You guys are like,
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
We go back.
Yeah, we go back.
And I did not teach him everything he knows. Like, dude, he went out there, he caught that smallmouth on his own. Like,
Well, you didn't teach him a drop shot because you don't ever have a drop shot.
He
in your
did
boat.
teach me the
I
drop
started,
shot.
yeah.
He used to stay having spinning reels. Just so y'all know, he used to
Yeah.
stay having spinning reels.
Well, dude, because I started out like, dude, salt and freshwater are so different. Like, salt is so easy. It's like you go out there, if you find structure, there's fish there. Like, you know, like
Oh,
if you find structure, there is fish there, and you drop down on them, and most likely they're gonna hit it, you know. But then I
Nice.
went out in freshwater and I was trying to do stuff, and I was like, I couldn't catch anything. Like, I went out like a bunch of times and just skunked straight out the bat, and I was like, eventually I devolved into like trying the drop shot, and then that's when I started catching like my first bass.
Nice. All right, let's go on to the corner over here. Oh, is this podcast way too soon to have you on here again?
Damn.
Nah, not at all. Not at all, man. Like, yeah, nah, we good.
It's a double feature.
It's perfect timing, man. Yeah, y'all know me, Yak and Zach fishing, Zach in real life, all that stuff, man. Been on the podcast before. I don't know what you want to know more about me. We talked about this in the last podcast, and it was great. But no, I want to talk about how I met these guys, right? Like, I met Chris at El Cap, I think the first
El
time.
Cap was that
El
first
Cap,
time?
yeah. El Cap was my first tournament with Socal Kayak Anglers. I met Chris out there.
Mhm.
I met Shane maybe at Pudding Stone. You pulled up.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was a Pudding Stone. Maybe my second trip out there, I met Shane out there. And Cheeto, I don't even know how we met. I was following your YouTube videos, right? You were doing something. I think you was installing your motor at the time.
I think it
Oh,
was
man.
Probably, yeah. That's when I found your videos.
It wasn't his Pikachu swim bait that caught you.
No.
We're getting yelled at by the locals.
Nah, yeah. So
fishing
that's
in the
how I met
marina.
this guy. And then we actually met in person for the first time at Clear Lake, right?
Yeah, formally, yeah. I remember seeing you at El Cap at one of the Southern California kayak angler tournaments.
Oh, damn.
And you
Ooh,
said,
he
"What's
called
up?"
you out just now.
Dude,
You said, "What's
good.
up?" I was like, "Oh, that's Zach Taylor."
Fanboy, dude.
Oh my god!
That's Yak and
Yak
Zach
and Zach.
fishing.
Oh, that's funny. I'm blushing, man.
No, I was the same way though. I was it was over at Lower Otay, and then I saw Zach cruise up on the launch ramp, and I was like, "Oh shit, keep my cool, keep my cool." That's Yak and Zach fishing.
Stop lying, bro.
No, I'm serious, dude.
I was the same way, bro.
Yeah.
I'm dead serious. Hey, I'm not even just saying this. I was the same way. I think it was when I saw his Zach. I'm like, damn, I kind of went closer. I was like, I'm gonna get him in the background of my video so I could like tag him like Yak and
Oh my
Zach fish.
God.
Yeah. And I said, what's up to him? And then we just kind of like talked. I remember that. Yeah.
Oh my god, you're
Dude,
like a
we
Star
met
is Born.
before.
Where did we meet?
I
What
don't
are you
know.
talking about?
I don't know. I think we met before.
No, I think we
Otay.
commented on each other's YouTube videos or something. But then we met over at Lower Otay at the launch ramp. And that's when I kind of talked to you. I was like, didn't you
right.
get a reborn? Or I mean, not a reborn. Didn't you get a reborn?
I need that right now because I got a bad back. Let
You
me
got a
do it all over
newborn.
again.
Yeah, and then because I saw all your family photos on Facebook,
Oh,
so
okay.
we were connected via social media.
Okay. For a
And
minute,
then-
man. That's probably why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Otay.
that's how we met.
Word.
But yeah, I mean, low key, I was like, oh shoot, that's play it cool. That's Yak and Zach fishing. And then how did we meet, Cheetah?
I think it was through YouTube. Like, I started following your videos because you had like that video at Castaic Lagoon, which is like
Shh.
Yeah.
No, it was the one where like
the goonster.
the helicopter came and like
Oh yeah,
it
yeah.
was doing
I
something with
remember
there.
that one.
And yeah, so I started following you, and I was like, "Oh, dude, this guy knows how to fish." Like,
Don't tell him that.
I was like,
Yeah,
"Dude,
don't.
this guy's good."
Don't tell him that.
Don't say that.
And
On
then-
camera too.
And then like I don't know, somehow you hit me up about like collabing and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I think we just started like meeting up and fishing.
What was our first meetup? Was it at Castaic or Paris? Our
Y'all too?
meetup.
What
Yeah.
do you mean?
Cheeto
I'm
and
trying to think. I have no idea. Where
I
was
think
it?
it was Pudding Stone.
Was it? Oh, it was
It was
Pudding
Pudding
Stone.
Was it Pudding Stone
Yeah.
with Eric?
It was-
Yeah.
with
I
Eric.
didn't go that one. You guys had a
Everything
little
happens at the
derby.
Pud.
Uh,
Did you guys
Gosh.
have that little derb?
Where did we first meet? You
That's
and
a good
I.
Question.
Was that one of like the Socal Kayak Angler tournaments, probably? But that
I think that
oh,
might have.
you know what? You know what really kind of grew our relationship is when my pedal drive stopped working.
That's when our relationship grew. Yeah. but
Yeah, it grew.
We kind of linked, I think, through YouTube, dude. I think I started kind of like commenting on some of your videos,
Oh yeah.
and then you commented back, and then
I think we all met off of YouTube, and then we kind of just did a tournament
that's
together.
wild, dude.
I
And
don't
then
think I met you off of YouTube.
Yeah.
Chris Cabral didn't meet me off. He
No.
met me off of TikTok.
No, I never. It wasn't on TikTok either. No, I think it was probably.
Oh
It
no!
was put-
I remember.
first-
no.
Okay, go
No.
ahead. Go ahead.
It was the
Let's
KBF National Championship
No, but
2021.
I know we talked about that. We talked before about me
little
to
bit.
go down there, but I think it
little
was
bit.
at Pudding Stone that I might have met you over there too.
Briefly, but we
Yeah.
got to know
Yeah,
each
but
other
yeah, but then we
more at
got-
the
oh,
National
yeah.
Championship.
Yeah, because his kayak kept on almost falling off the car every time we go around a corner.
Hey, Pudding Stone bringing people together.
Oh
and
my
breaking
God.
Oh my
You
gosh!
remember that?
You remember my right view mirror,
Yeah,
passenger mirror? It was taped on there because
and the
someone
light didn't work.
sideswiped
Your
me.
headlight didn't work.
Yep.
Yeah,
And my kayak was flying all
every
over the
time we go on a
place.
corner, the kayak would. I'm like, oh no, me and Greg in the back just going, dude, the kayak's gonna fall. That we're taking bets to see which side that car is gonna
Yeah, that
fall
was-
off on.
That was
Yeah.
over at Louisiana.
Yeah, Louisiana. Yeah.
Man, we've
Yeah.
we've grown so much, guys.
So that was what last? That was 2 years ago.
That was two
2 years,
KBF
yeah,
national
two
championships
championships.
You
ago.
were car topping at that time.
Yeah.
I was car
You car
topping
topped
the
all
Old
way to
Town PDO.
Louisiana?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Dang, dude. That's dedication, bro.
Dude, and I wasn't gonna fish that. I literally was like, "Hey guys, I made the national championship, but I'm not gonna fish it," on my story, right?
Mhm.
Then my girlfriend texted me and was like, "Why aren't you fishing it?"
Baby, you should go.
And I was like, "Dude, she gave me the key to go.
Keeper right there.
I'm going."
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
How do you? Well, let's start off with Chris. How does your relationship play out with fishing? Does your wife not all about it, or what?
She's good with it.
She's good with it.
Yeah. Like I said,
Did you?
I'm older than you guys. I've got to get my years in with my wife now, so it's like
Mm.
you guys are just getting
Tell
started.
me the first story. Did you take her fishing ever?
No, she doesn't fish. Me and my kid fish. Like me and my daughter fish. We go to
Okay.
every spring. We go to Skinner,
Oh.
rent a boat.
Tell
I'm
me.
driving the boat and she's on the front catching the fish.
Tell me the first
Yeah.
story about you putting her on a bass.
Oh my goodness. No, it was like it was one of our, and it was a ritual. We always go down to Skinner on spring break.
Mm.
She caught her first bass. Actually, it wasn't her first real take on fishing was catching bluegill. We're at Skinner, and we're catching at the Toolies right across the street from the boat ramp, all the way across the other side, and we were catching like 2-pound bluegill out of that place. Huge
Dang.
bluegill. And then her first bass was in that little cove that's about 2 coves away from the boat ramp. That darn spawn, and she caught like a 3-pounder. Was her first fish was like a 3-pound bass.
Dang, that's a nice first fish
Yeah.
right there.
Would you say like? I mean, how's your relationship? So you guys made this annual trip to Lake Skinner?
Yeah, it was every spring. Every
Oh,
spring.
wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How about you, Shane?
What? The wife?
Yeah, how does your wife feel about you fishing?
She's cool, man. She lets me do my thing, you know. She doesn't give me a hard time. As long as it's a happy balance, you know. I make time for the wife. I make time for fishing. She's cool with it. You know?
Was there any time was there a story where she was upset or if she was rooting for you during a tournament? Like did you
She's always rooting for me, I feel like. I mean, I hope.
like remember
No, she is.
like El Cap when you finished, I think that top 5 over at El Cap. Did you let her know that there was a chance that you
I
found
didn't
the
call.
winning
I called her
fish?
after, and she was super excited about it. Because El Cap, I can't really call. There's no service.
No
El Cap's
service.
trash service, so I had to wait till after. But she was super excited.
Has she
Super
ever caught a bass?
Yeah, yeah. She caught small. So we went to Lake St. Clair in Michigan, and we caught smallmouth bass. I got a bass guide. I hired one. We went out for her cousin's wedding, and we went on a bass guide to Lake St. Clair, and she caught the first smallie. It was like a 2-pound smallie. Yeah.
Damn.
She doesn't like fishing. Like she won't go out of her way to like, hey, go fishing with me. But if I was like to get a guide or get a boat, she'll be down to come with me.
That's a good relationship,
Yeah.
man. What about you, Cheeto? It doesn't seem like you fish that much at all.
Yeah, that's not my wife's fault though. I think she's
Yeah.
totally supportive and stuff. I think it's like, okay, so I got like 2 kids and they're pretty young. They're like what, 8 and 5. And so
Let's get that sucker closer to you.
yeah. I think I limit myself a little more than
Mhm.
anything. Just cause like I always feel bad leaving her with the kids alone while I go fishing and stuff.
Yeah.
So I try to go like during the weekdays and stuff. Like I get like every other Friday off from work. And so I usually try to go during that time. And so that's why you don't really see me fishing on the weekends much.
So you go like twice a month.
I would say I probably go like once a month.
Damn.
But you do a lot of foot patrol.
Well, I do a lot of foot patrol in Marina Del Rey. So like my kids have like Spanish class on Saturdays.
Mhm.
And it's in Marina Del Rey. So like I drop them off and then I go to Marina Del Rey, like to the docks and like fish for like an hour every Saturday. And then I got to go back and pick them up. But yeah, my wife's
Damn.
super supportive, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's mostly me just limiting myself.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because marriage is all about like sacrifice and
Yeah.
kind of compromising and
I mean, because like I see when I come back from like a fishing trip, like she's like exhausted and stuff, and I always feel bad. So yeah,
don't feel bad, man.
feel
You need to
bad,
get
bro.
that.
I know, right?
Coming from
You
the
need
guy
to
that's
get
not
that
married,
once a
I'll
month,
just-
man. You need to go like at least once a month,
Oh,
man. Don't feel bad.
Yeah.
Have a like, that's only 12 times a year.
Dude, I mean, because I know what it's like to have to deal with the kids myself. So
I know, man.
Don't wish that on anyone else. I'm just kidding.
I have a dog and it's difficult.
Just getting
What about you, Zach?
Man, so my wife is pretty. Oh, we almost lost the mic. My wife is pretty cool, man.
Dude, you know
Support.
you sound exactly like Yak and Zach fishing on this microphone
Oh
right
my
now.
gosh, do you know him?
I was like, who is that? What do you mean? Nah, yeah, my wife is pretty cool with it, man. She doesn't, I mean, I'm here now, right? Like I'm told I'm going for 3 days. But in Florida, man, I used to fish every weekend, like every Saturday and Sunday, like religiously.
You know what I just picked up on just now, just listening to you?
What was that?
You have that
I don't know what that is.
that little laugh that you do. I listened to it on YouTube. Yes, that laugh too.
I know what you're talking
I
about.
don't even
Yeah,
know.
you know what I'm
But-
talking about? Yeah.
That's
You know where
style.
I'm at, guys. I'm over at the pond, you know.
Is that how I sound? I don't
Yeah,
sound like
that's
that.
why I
No,
listen
bro.
to you on
I don't sound
YouTube.
like that.
That was a terrible impersonation.
No, that's bad. That's bad. Okay.
Don't worry, it sounds good.
Yo, point
No, it
being,
sounds real good.
wife is cool. I've been doing it for a long
Nice.
time. I don't even fish as much as I used to fish in Florida. All right, so I fish a lot less here than I did there. But there, I was, like I said, Saturday and Sunday for sure. If I had a holiday, Monday or Friday, I was fishing that day too. So she gets it, man. She knows.
Would you
man
say
has
you
many hobbies.
fish? Would you say you fish less in California, or you fish less because you're in California?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just because of travel.
Oh, just the travel.
Yeah. If it wasn't, if I lived down south somewhere, easily I'm fishing every weekend, Saturday and Sunday.
Or if you're fishing, if you live right next to Clear Lake, you probably fish more.
Absolutely,
often, huh?
multiple times, at least 3 times a week if I live that close.
All right, so let's dive into big bass stories.
Ooh.
You know, actually, someone broke their personal best recently.
Who?
The most recent.
Most recent?
Yeah.
Cheetah.
Yeah, Cheetah. Can you kind of like walk us through that?
No.
Sure. And it's not like a super huge bass or anything.
Tell us the story. Go
Okay.
deep into
yeah.
because we haven't heard as a group, like you haven't broke it down to us, all of us.
Well, yeah. So like basically this year I've really gotten into swim bait fishing.
Mhm.
And I've been collecting all sorts of gigantic overpriced, but probably not overpriced, but like very expensive baits.
And I'm talking about like a dude. He showed up to the West Coast championship, and he had all of his rods, literally just all swim baits, wake baits, and I think minimum one of the baits was probably like $20, like $20 to $200 each one of them, right?
Yeah.
You sound like an addict, dude.
Yeah,
like a swim bait addict.
So I got on this Facebook group called like Swim Bait Universe, and it's literally like built to just drain your money away. it's like a gigantic like market. Like okay, like they discuss things and stuff, but people sell baits on there, and it's just like it's in your face like every day. Like it's just like, oh, hey, I'm selling this like, you know, Piz swim bait, or I'm selling this KGB whatever, or I'm selling, you know, 316 whatever. It's crazy, like, and it's hard to not be like, ooh, I want this and just buy it. So like I went through a period where I just buying a bunch of stuff because it's hard to not buy a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I had been actually fishing over the summer with Benny, who's in our group.
Yeah.
And he was also getting into swim baits around the same time as me. But he was having probably more success than me, I'd say. And so we just started fishing together. And then eventually he was like, hey, like, you know, so he does like a bunch of like bass boat tournaments and stuff. As kind of like a co-angler.
Yeah.
And so he was like, hey, like we got to go to like Diamond Valley Lake and we can rent like a bass boat there. If we go on Wednesdays, it's like half off.
Yeah.
So we're like, I was like, all right, yeah, let's do that. So we went, I think it was like, it's in like August or October or something, September. I don't know, sometime around there. We went to Diamond Valley Lake. It was like my first time there. I knew there were big bass there. Like I heard about and seen. And so I had just gotten a KGB Legend Reborn. It's like a 9-inch glide with like really sick chopping action.
Yeah, and it takes, I mean, you got to get lucky on the drop with those swim baits, right? It takes, like, you have to sit on it.
I got very lucky. Like, for some reason, they did a drop, and like 20 minutes later, like, there was still stuff. And usually it's like gone within like the first few minutes and stuff. Somehow there was still stuff there. So I bought one and I got it. I was like, oh my God, thank goodness.
How much is a bait like that?
I think that one was like around 180, 190 or something.
Do you guys own any baits $190? Any of you guys?
Definitely
No,
not.
sir.
I barely own a rod that's 100.
I don't have a rod that's $190.
That's why I like our group. Kayak Ditch Day is because like we got Cheeto. I mean, he sticks out like a sore thumb because all he has is like big baits tied on.
Yeah, and I'm not like super proficient with them or anything. Like I just started like maybe a year ago, right? With the like with what the top water rat. That's kind of what really got me into it. But yeah, like I'm just trying to figure things out. I skunk like all the time. Like usually when I go out these days, it's like one bass or two bass.
Yeah,
or-
but
or
that's
no bass.
that's the name of the grind, right? That's
Yeah.
the grind. That's
Mhm.
And it's tough. Like every time I go out, I'm like expecting to skunk. Like literally. I'm like, all right.
I mean, I think that's harder than what we go through when we're fishing like tournament circuits.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, we're
Oh, yeah.
chasing like 12-inch,
100%.
13-inch bass, 14-inch bass, drop shine, worm fishing, blah blah blah,
Mhm.
little kitex. Blah. But you're throwing this like
9-inch.
9-inch
Yeah.
Legend Reborn $200 bait.
You know, like all the other stuff is also really cool and really fun. And like I still will fish that stuff. Like I think the reason like why right now I'm kind of just only doing the swim baits is because I want to learn it. And I feel like
Yeah.
if you want to get good at something, like you have to be willing to suck at it for
Mhm.
possibly a very long time. So,
How
like,
many days have you skunked for like between the trips before you caught your PB?
Oh my god.
And I don't mean to interrupt your story about
Yeah.
Diamond Valley, but how many days did you?
Yeah, so I started like I said, I started like really getting into it this year. One of my or not this year,
Yeah.
2022, right? And like my goal that year was like I want to catch bass on a swim bait, right? So like the first few months, granted it's like winter also, but
Mhm.
first few months, like every time I went out, I skunked. It wasn't till like probably what was it? When did I? It wasn't until like sometime in the spring, like kind of later spring,
Yeah.
that I actually started catching. Also, I think I also was fishing a lot less during that time because like my wife, her work was super busy, and I couldn't really go on the Fridays that I usually go because I
Damn. So on top of like the factors that, the variables that you're only fishing a swim bait, and then that's like 9 inches minimum or 8 inches minimum, 6 inches because you throw the mag draft too.
Yeah.
Right? On top of that, you can't go out as much. That's crazy.
Yeah. So like, it was basically like either once a month or once every other month kind of at that time.
Yeah.
And so it's tough. It's like, first of all, it's like you have like very little confidence because like the last few times you went out, like you just
Mhm.
skunked. And then like when I was going out, like I would have to drop the kids off at work or at school first. And then I wouldn't get to the lake until like 11 something.
Damn.
And
So let's go back into the story of your
okay.
PB.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Let's dive
Yeah, so
deep into
I
it.
went to DVL, Diamond Valley Lake with Benny. We rented the bass boat.
Yeah.
It was like him and his cousin, and I had just gotten that KGB Legend Reborn, so
Mhm.
I had been looking for like a chopping bait like that for a while. So I was really excited to use it. And it's funny, the bass boat we got, like the trolling motor like didn't really work. The fish finder on it didn't work at all. Like it couldn't even tell us the temperature of the water. Like like shit was just stuff was just broken on it, right? But yeah, so we started going out, and like basically like the first spot we hit, like I was casting it, we were kind of like in a cove, and we're on one side of the cove, and I was just tossing it to the other towards like a sort of like a point area. And like first couple casts, like I got hit.
Yeah.
But like my drag, I hadn't checked it. It was super loose. So I like as soon as I got it, I lost the fish. I was like, oh my gosh. And then we kept fishing, went to some other spot, and I caught one like really shallow, and it was only like a 13-incher or something like that. I was like, what the, like my bait's like almost the same size as the fish.
Yeah. Were you
And-
doubting yourself real quick? Or were you just
No,
like,
I was-
damn, I spent $200 on this and I'm only catching 13-inch fish?
No, not at all. Not at all. I actually get stoked when little fish hit it because I'm just like, dang, like that fish that's an aggressive fish,
Yeah.
Feature 10-pounder.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, and then like eventually we're hitting some other spots, and then we decided to hit the dam wall there. And so I was fishing the dam wall, and
Was Benny like, shh, don't tell anybody about this spot? Like before
nah,
the tournament.
it wasn't even like a spot really. It was like we're just working down there. But then
Yeah.
like we're going down. We barely had control of the boat because the trolling motor didn't really work. But we were kind of drifting, and then like I saw kind of this area where there was one like big boulder that was kind of sticking out, and then underneath that area it looked like it. I don't know if it was really like this, but from like my viewpoint, it looked like it was like kind of going in and out like the dam wall.
Oh, it's like little contours.
Yeah.
So there was like they're forming ditches, basically like hills or little coves.
Kind of almost like little points or whatever.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even that significant, but I was just looking at that. I was like, okay, like, so I was like waiting around to do the cast.
Mhm.
First cast I did, I was more towards like that big boulder, and nothing came of that. And then the second cast, I waited a little more. Second cast, I threw it like basically like right up on shore, and then I just started slowly swimming it out. And then I started trying to give it some real chops. Like I always try to picture like, you know, like the fish, the bait goes in, and then I give it like a little,
You kind of vision what the bait's doing.
yeah, I try
right?
to envision like a fish following it, and then
Yeah.
like, you know, like, okay, now the fish is like my bait's evading it.
Mhm.
And then I noticed we're kind of getting pushed away from the wall. So I kind of paused, and I turned the trolling motor back towards the wall, because it was kind of working, but really not working.
Yeah.
And then so I started just doing like these wide chops on it.
With your rod. Yeah.
Yeah, with my rod, and then
Yeah.
it just felt stuck. I was like, oh dang, like that's a fish.
That's a big
So I
one.
just tried to swing on it. It's just like I'm reeling in. I'm like, oh my god, like I could see it because the water there was like really clear, and it just looked huge. I was like, oh my god. So I'm like, please stay on there, please stay on
Right.
there. And then Benny netted it, and honestly, like when he pulled it out, it looked even bigger. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god, like that's a PB. And I kept saying like. It's in my video. I kept saying
Shut
like,
up, dude. I know what you're talking. Okay,
in my video,
go
I
on,
kept
go
saying
on.
like oh, I was like, dude, you weren't kidding. Like you were kidding, because like he had told me like there were big fish there.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my god, you weren't kidding. And yeah, so it ended up being, and it's not like super huge. Like I'm sure tons of people have bigger PBs, but it was like what, like a 23.5-inch.
Dude,
bass.
yeah, I think you're how much did it weigh?
It was 6 pounds and like 6.42 pounds.
Yeah, I think you're a rod because any other day a 23.5-inch bass is like 7
Yeah.
7 or 8 on a good day, like an 8, a 23.5. What you looking over there, Chris?
Was this fall?
What I catch?
Past fall?
This was
Mine was 20. Mine was 23 and 3/4.
And how much did it weigh?
Well, we have a scale, but she was fat. She was a big girl.
Gosh, Chris.
Big girl.
What was the story on that? Tell me your story about that. Because wait, you caught 23.75.
Yeah.
Cheeto caught 23.5.
yeah.
Let's go dive deep into your
Mine
story.
It was at Paris. We were doing the monthly for the
KBF monthly or
no for what's the Kayak Nation
yeah.
to go the whatever the Kayak Masters, Fish Master, whatever it's called.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. We went out. Me and Shane went out there, and we were playing in the trees, and we were catching a bunch of them. We caught a bunch, and they're all sitting there. They're all sitting right in the trees, and and then we finally went to the end of the tree line, and I threw a 6-inch mag draft.
Oh.
Oh
And
damn.
swam it by a tree, just going real slow.
Damn.
All of a sudden, like, oh, they're stuck or I catch fish. No, I was started reeling in. It made some movement, but not a whole lot of movement. But then I just started screaming for Shane. I go, Shane, I got a big one, I got a big one. And he came flying over there, and sure enough, pulled out a 23 and 3/4 inch bass.
It was
she
fat.
was big. Yeah, she
It was fat. Yeah.
yeah.
That's pretty cool because you guys got to you got to witness Chris's catch, his
Oh,
PB.
We've got time. We got time like that on the water.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing about Kayak Ditch Day is that you guys get time on the water together. You guys experience PBs. You got to spend time with Benny and you caught your PB. Zach and I had romantic times next to a fireplace at Lake Lopez. You know,
You build the fire? Did he build the fire?
he built the fire.
Oh no!
He
Like
built
a
the
G.
fire.
Like the fire was immediate, bro.
Okay.
Wait,
Like,
Chris,
my fire
That's
game
not
was
what.
coming.
That's not what. That.
Chris, tell me the story. Tell me the story about how he was on the phone.
So we're at Clear Lake, and
Get closer to
We
the
got-
mic. Get closer to the mic.
we're at Clear Lake, and it was the end of the day, and we went back to the campground, and we started re-rigging and charging the batteries and stuff. Zach made a phone call to home and started talking to his wife. Then his son got on the phone, and yeah, I guess his son asked him, "What are you guys doing, Dad?" He goes, "Oh, I'm building a fire," and all I hear was, "You know how to build a fire?"
Yo, my kids were excited that their dad was making fire. Right? And Chris had to rob me of that moment.
It was one of those things. Just one of those things. You're out camping and just popped up. It's just funny.
So yeah, if you guys want to learn how to start a fire,
Yeah.
hit up. Yeah, I was about to call you Yak Local.
That's
Zach
funny.
Local.
Zach Local.
Zach
Zach Local.
Hey,
Oh,
so
man.
talking about PBs, you landed your PB at the same lake.
Paris.
Paris, I remember that video.
And he witnessed it.
How long was that
How
effort?
long- How long was the bass?
Yeah,
23 and a quarter.
23 and a quarter.
Yeah.
Dude, we're all like
Damn.
Yeah.
right there. That's
23
What
and
was
a
the
quarter.
size of those?
And
What
then
was the
the
size of those ones?
And then the second time, the one that it weighed, it was like 5.7 pounds.
Yeah.
And that one was actually, I think, 23 and a half. I don't remember.
Yeah.
off
Why
the
are
top
those
of my-
Paris fish robbing you guys?
Dude,
of
they-
like,
And the worst part is that 23 and a quarter that he witnessed with me. It's a funny story, but we didn't weigh it. So I was super bummed out.
what
And
would you
the
say?
funny story is before we left, I bought a scale for that trip. And I was like, hey, if I catch a good fish, remind me to weigh it.
Oh
And
my
hey,
god!
so Cheeto's standing up on his kayak and he's taking pictures of me holding the bass. And he's like, dude, hold it right. Like, come on, man. And I'm like, taking a picture. And then I'm like, all right. And I just look at it one more time. And I'm like, man, I let her in and he goes, oh. And he's like, no. And I'm like, dude, what? And he's like, you forgot to weigh it. And I'm like, oh my God. Dude, I was literally devastated. And it was a big fish. I think we talked about it, and I was telling you like I didn't weigh it, and you were like, well, depending on the size of it, probably between like 6 and 7 pounds. Like
yeah,
but
six to
that one that I
yeah.
caught was 6 pounds. It was like a little shy of 6
Yeah.
pounds. But you're right. Paris is robbed. Those lengths they should be like 7.5, 8 pounders.
It should be like 6 to 7.5 for sure. 23.5, unless it's a Otai fish. If it's a lower Otai fish, then you'll catch
Dude,
that 22 inch.
my
That's like
22-inch,
2.5 pounds.
0.5 ounce.
Yeah.
That was
You guys
disgusting.
remember that one?
Yeah. But you got big fish,
I
didn't
got
you?
big fish on that. It was sad.
Yeah.
That ain't nothing to brag about. Just saying. It was a long fish. If it was a tournament like
Hey, in
long,
kayaks, we like them
hey,
long.
we do.
Right?
We like them long.
Yeah, them guys
Yeah.
do.
We don't like them fat and
No,
girthy. We
long.
like them long.
That's true.
Right, Zach?
Not co-signing that one.
I'm not on board with that.
Poo up. You guys know Poo up. Poo Up's co-signed that. His YouTube channel is We Like Them Long.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
just found that out. Yeah.
All right, tell us about your PB.
My PB. So y'all gonna be a little upset, right? So my PB was in Florida. It was a 23, like a 3/4,
That's
But
not bad.
but it was an 8 pound and 3/4
yeah.
fish.
Healthy
So-
bass like it should be.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
So like
sucker's girthy, man.
but it was in my opinion, it was short, right? So if you listen to my video, my intro on my YouTube channel, right, at the very end of it, you hear me say, "Oh man, she's built like an anvil."
Oh yeah.
So that was a clip from that.
You know
fish.
how I remember that is because your intro, you always have that sound bite Like she bit like an anvil.
Yeah. So she was built like an anvil, right? So
Yeah.
So that fish was like, it was tall. Right, it was a tall fish. But yeah, she was about 23 and a half, 24, somewhere around. I can't remember. But yeah, 8.79
Damn.
is what she was, man.
8.79. And then go into the story about conditions of the current conditions, the weather, water temp, but not that deep. And then go from start to finish.
right.
Start to finish.
Bill, not a science guy.
Sunrise at what time?
I don't remember anything.
Where was the
about
moon? Was
day.
the moon out? Or
I
was
will
the moon?
tell you this. All thing I remember about that day was I wasn't catching anything up to that point. Right, I hadn't caught a fish.
Oh wow.
And I was in this little canal coming out, and it was a bunch of vegetation. And I decided to punch. I was like, I'm gonna punch through this vegetation. Punch, nothing. Finally, I punched in, and as soon as it broke through the vegetation, she bit. And that was it, man.
Damn.
Yeah. Rage, a Strike King punch bug.
Strike King punch bug.
Okeechobee. The color, I believe.
Oh wait, what lake was
Crawl,
this?
Okeechobee.
In Tenor Rock, in Florida.
Tenor Rock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Videos on my YouTube channel. Yak and Zach fishing.
I can't do that laugh, man. All right,
And
I don't need to talk about
and
mine.
yours?
Huh?
And yours?
Yeah.
Well, it's 25.75,
Oh,
but
my goodness.
What's she weigh?
doesn't matter how much she weighs. It matters about
no
length.
scale either, huh? You
No,
couldn't
I
bang the
did.
water.
She was 9 pounds 4 ounces. Yeah.
On
At the lagoon.
Hey.
Oh, I mean, pudding stone. Santa Fe Dam.
Well, I think everybody knows like where Butch is fishing. You know, he caught over 100 bass over there.
Yep.
So what time of year was it? Was it a springtime body or the summer body?
It's early February. I think it was February 2nd.
Okay, so
Yeah.
summer body.
With no rain. Like that's what's killing the bite for me right now, is why I don't really want to go out, is I really hunt down for visual, just like you sort of, and your mag draft fish. I hunt down more visual feeding fish than I do, I'd say, lateral line feeding fish. You know what I mean? Like in this muddy water, I can't say they're not going to go for an A-rig in open water, but I think they're less likely to hit an A-rig in open water if there's not a lot of clarity. Because I caught that fish in like 50 feet of water, like near the surface.
crazy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep.
So what you're saying is you got lucky.
In all seriousness,
Yeah.
I had my live scope on, and I was just gonna, Cheeto and I went on a trip, and we were bringing fish up from the soils.
You were there?
He wasn't there,
Oh, okay.
but I met him up over at the lagoon afterwards, and I was like, "Hey, dude, I need to show you this A-rig bite, blah blah blah." And we were basically letting it sink in like 40, 50, 60 feet of water, and we would bring our A-rig, like I'm saying, a foot off the bottom, and you start to see like fish rise up, and then it's rising up, and just following the A-rig, right? Wait, where was I getting to this?
Man, I don't even know. But keep going.
Yeah. Oh,
How you caught the fish at the lagoon?
So he was there for that, right? But before that, February 2nd, I was just gonna go out there and fish on the bottom, near the bottom, with an ice jig, kind of like little crappie bait, but you can catch bass on.
Yeah.
And I was gonna be like, okay, for winter fishing, I need to learn this technique, and this is the technique to throw during the winter time. I just need to know, And then I see what looked like to be bait fish near the surface on my live scope. And I was like, no, that has to be more than, that has to be like 2 or 3 fish, right? Little did I know that mark right there was the whole entire fish. So that reading was its body and its tail. So, and it was like, a live scope, there's the top and bottom, but it was on the very top of the screen. And I was like, man, screw this ice jig stuff. I picked up my A-rig, I casted right over there, and I let it sink maybe 2 or 3 seconds, and I start reeling. And and then my rod loads up.
Wait, did you cast past him or right?
Yeah, I cast past him, a little bit past him, and then I brought it through him, and then he just loaded up the rod, and I kept on reeling. I was like, you know how you reel up a fish and you hook him sideways and one in the mouth, one in the belly or something like that, and then you're bringing him sideways in, and it feels like dead weight. He's not even fighting or anything.
Yeah.
So this one just felt like dead weight, right? So I'm reeling it, and he's coming inside. I was like, dude, this is big, but he's not fighting, you know? So I was just like, okay, it's probably like another 3-pounder that's, you know, coming in sideways. And then I see it right at the boat. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a big one, you know? Oh my gosh. And you can see it, like my pants are sagging. You can see my underwear in the back of the camera. I bet you everybody could see in the video.
Who cares?
And
Nice show.
I'm just like blown away how big this mouth was. I mean, this mouth was like, I don't know, was like an 8-inch conduit or whatever that we have on our kayak trailers. But I brought that puppy in. I'd even bring the net. I just lipped that guy. And that was probably the best feeling in my life.
Honestly,
fishing.
like those giant mouths are like my favorite part about catching like big fish.
About
Because
large
it's just like
yeah.
it's just like it's crazy. Like you just grab it, and it's just like, oh my god, it's just giant.
There's
bucket.
something about lipping a big fish.
Yeah.
Like versus netting a big fish.
Yeah.
Because when you grab onto that lip,
Yeah, exactly.
you know what I mean?
I netted mine. I had to. I was too excited. That thing was she was huge.
I've never lipped a big fish from the kayak.
Really?
No,
Never.
Never?
Always use a net.
nor will I.
Right.
I know, it's like,
I'm dead serious.
I've
dude.
never,
No way.
I've never done it, and I never will unless I just don't have a net that day.
All right, let's go down in order. You're obviously net.
Absolutely.
Net
Everything's
all the
net.
time. Cheeto.
I like to boat flip.
10-pounder boat flip.
Shane, are you in
Net,
for the
for
net?
sure.
Net?
Yeah, 100%.
All the time?
100%. All the time.
Small fish too?
8 inches.
Yep.
Shut up. Did you net that fish?
No, not all
Oh,
of them.
okay.
Not all of them. But for the most part.
Eric, if you're watching this, do you net your fish, Eric? Eric? I wish Eric was here to
I
join
know.
us.
We're missing a lot.
Always a
of them.
net.
Yeah.
Always a net.
Always.
Oh, you? Always a net?
Yeah.
Damn.
Every
you guys
inch
know
counts,
me.
man.
It's like
Can't miss.
50-50. I don't
Every inch
know.
counts.
Especially with tournaments. You talking about tournaments or just fun fishing? Like even fun fishing.
Even fun
Oh,
fishing.
I know.
Yeah, if I feel like this
Yeah.
fish is probably about 3 pounds, I'm netting it. If I feel like it's not that big, 12 inches, 13 inches, I'll boat flip it.
Wow.
Right. But anything I think is big, let's get in the net.
How do you guys think, like, how do you prevent a fish flopping and getting away? Do you think there's a technique that's almost zero, like 100% risky, 100%, what is the word? Like, how can you make,
100% fail proof.
yeah,
There
100%
we go.
fail proof?
Measuring a fish and not having it flop off?
Yes.
Nothing's 100%.
Nah, I feel I feel I used to not use the net technique, but when I switched over to putting the net and then angling my board, you're
Yeah.
the one who told me about that.
Mhm.
Angling my board down, it keeps them pinned down. I haven't even had really many that flop on me. And when they do, they go either right into the net or they go
Yep.
pushed off to the side. I don't think
Yeah.
I've ever lost a fish from a flop until like the first month I started bass fishing. That was about it. But after
Damn.
that, no. I don't do the lap
I don't
thing.
do flops.
And I don't do it on the lap anymore.
Never had a flopper.
You never had a flopper?
Well, I've had them flop, but I use the net
Hmm.
technique.
I have
For
a
sure.
feeling you're having flashbacks right now.
Yeah, we're here at Lake Lopez.
She's still, yeah.
We're here at Lake Lopez, and I'm just like, my mood just went from
He's like, dang, that 12-inch fish, the one that got away. I'd be going to Lake Lopez tomorrow on the home
wait.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wait, is there a sound for that? I don't know. There we go. There we go. The claps. Did you guys hear the clap?
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
hear it through the headphones.
Oh, okay, cool.
Right here in my headphones.
This little cool little thing. Hey, shout out to the sponsor to this video, Mr. Yak and Zach Fishing right here.
I didn't even know.
He sponsored everything that's going on here, the headphones, the mics, the sound mixer. Comment below too. Okay, so we got Dawn in the comments right now. Well, let's shout out the people that said what's up. So we got Max Lee in the house. You guys know Max Lee?
Yep.
Yeah.
Big
I know from
stick
the podcast.
Central.
No,
Dude, he stuck
it's a hammer.
a 10 and a 9 and an 8 and all in 1 month.
Wow.
Yeah, listen to the
You
podcast.
need to listen to it.
Was this up north?
Central Cal. That's why I was like, hey, you guys want to go Central Cal? He stuck a 10, 9, 9, 8, 8 and a 7 or something like that,
That's
all in
bonkers.
1 month.
Damn.
That's bonkers.
Wait, what?
In
lake?
two trips, I think.
Wait, I think I seen a picture. I seen them.
Yeah, you seen the
I seen
pictures.
Yeah.
Was that here?
We don't want to
Nah.
name
Okay,
the
yeah,
lake.
We don't want bullshit. Just
Yeah,
no.
but I'll tell you later if you want to know.
Okay.
Max Lee will take us on a guide trip. Shout out to Justin Maupin for coming through. New TD for Socal Kayak Anglers. right?
Yes, Justin.
Yeah.
Yep,
Congrats
good job,
on that,
man.
Congrats, Justin. We have Yak and Zach fishing in the comments as well.
Dang.
Yeah.
That guy's cool, man. I got to play it cool around that
It's
guy.
everywhere.
And then Don says, we can have a bromance, Dom.
Oh, Don,
Like,
we
since
miss you,
I don't
bro.
have a
We miss
bromance
you,
with
Don.
you guys.
You're missed, Don. For
Yeah.
sure.
Don, you
Double
should be
dip.
right over
Yeah, Don
there,
should be
but
sitting right here.
over there
Right
somewhere.
here, man.
Right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was coming, but
He could have sat
got
on my
sick.
lap if he wanted to.
Yeah.
Max Lee says, so why do you guys call him Cheeto? Orange Cinco.
no,
No,
Orange Cinco.
definitely not.
It's a nickname from like way back in the day. It's from like gaming and stuff.
Gaming. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's basically it was my name to strike fear into the hearts of my opponents. Don't ask
Oh
why.
my god.
Damn.
Cheetah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hey, let me shout out your Twitch though. You have a Twitch?
Twitch? No.
No? Okay. We have Greg Ellingson in the house. Peace sign.
Greg.
Rick.
What up, Greg? We have Yak and Zach saying, what up,
Whoa.
brother? Mario says, what up, guys?
Yeah, Mario.
Mario.
He's a homie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Clear
definitely.
Lake. Clear Lake House.
Don says, what is this? How do you pronounce it?
Linguiça.
Where's the
Linguiça.
linguiça?
Hey, we had some before this, actually. I
We
sliced
did.
them up. You know how we do. I'm going to
Yeah.
make some sandwiches for the boys tomorrow on the water.
He gave us some hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah, some hors d'oeuvres.
Don says, sometimes it's easier to lip a big fish from a kayak. Hard to get the net under it.
Nah, I don't agree with you, Don.
Nah.
I don't know.
Nah.
I also don't go. I don't know the center. I'm very like mindful of my center of gravity, so I never like. I'm not gonna try to.
Really? You don't trust the big water to
I
like
do. I trust
get
my
down
kayak
there?
100%, but I'm also really high up too. So when I do reach over, I'm
Yeah.
not. I'd rather not.
just
I got
reach
my net.
around there?
Nah, man. Not doing
Get a
it.
longer net.
Not do. I have a long net.
There you go.
Don says, buy a PA to prevent them flopping. Ha ha.
I concur.
Yeah, that deck, that wide deck.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
for real. It's true though.
That
The
wide deck?
Yeah, the wide deck. Because my big water has a narrow deck.
Yeah.
Oh, and aren't the sides
Long and narrow deck.
Long
Those are
and narrow
pretty
deck.
high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
13.
I've had fish flop off the board, but they stay in the boat.
In the boat,
They
yeah,
don't-
yeah.
They don't flip over.
The gunnels
Yeah,
are higher.
I don't use a net anymore. I used to in my bona
Okay,
fide.
thanks, guys. I want a PA 14, but got
You
no
coulda had one.
funds.
Hey, Greg.
If you use the net technique. Just saying.
That was man. That was good. That was good.
I mean, we are here at Lopez Lake, so I mean, we might as well talk about it.
Oh, check this out. Max Lee just got a PB spotted bass at 7 pounds,
Oh, I saw that football.
Wow.
Dude.
7.5
Did
pounds.
you see the gut on that thing?
Yeah.
That thing was stupid. It looked like that what's that bass brand? The Fat Bass. It looked like the logo from that. Remember the fat bass?
Yeah,
logo?
yeah,
It
from
looked like
DK.
that's from that. That's how fat that
Yeah.
thing was.
We got John D. Monet in the house
JD.
saying, what's
Straight hammer.
up?
What's up, John?
Thanks, JD. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. I want to have him on the podcast,
Oh,
but
you
he
definitely
won't.
Should.
Yeah. Hey,
He's shy.
What? He
We got to
won't?
lure him in.
You definitely should.
yo, I put you in my top 5, homie. You got to come on the show.
Oh, he's top
Yeah,
five.
you're top 5, homie.
Top 3.
You better come on the show, dude. Jeez. We got Asian Mason. Asian Mason is an Asian American angler that bought my 120 PDL.
Oh, nice.
Drove all the way from San Diego to pick up my 120 PDL, and now he's gonna rock a new kayak. I'm not sure which one,
Sweet.
but he sold his native. But yeah, let's support him during his tournament endeavors. We got Scott saying thumbs up. Everybody say thumbs up. Give a thumbs up to Scott.
What up, Scott?
And he says, okay, not just bass flopping over the boat, but in the boat and under the seat.
Oh gosh.
Because I've had that.
Man,
I love
that's
him.
so
They
frustrating.
can stay there until they dry out, man. But like, I'm not.
Bro, like, they can
Dude,
sit
like,
back there.
I'll put my hand under the seat. If I find a lip, then I get him. If I don't, hey, bruh.
Oh, man.
that's funny.
Especially if it's a 12-incher, you're just like, you
Comes
stay,
back, comes back
stay
to
there.
him. What's up, Rod? This guy's got 5 dead fish in the back.
Fish
of his
jerky.
head.
Oh, my gosh.
Man.
Oh, man.
And then we got Seth James. He says, what up, guys?
What's
What's
up?
on,
What's up?
Seth?
All right. I think we went through all the comments. All right. What do you guys got to say about our trip so far?
We got 4.5, 5 hours on the water today. Straight chocolate milk. 1 out, well, not even. I don't even think it's a.
You
foot.
had 4 hours.
I don't
I was
think-
here at the crack of dawn today.
Oh my god.
I
I don't
was
think
here
it-
at the crack of dawn and still
Yeah,
playing
it
in the
was-
chocolate milk.
I don't think it's even a foot visibility. To be honest
No.
with you.
No.
Well, in
not even-
some places you get a foot, like near the shoreline.
No, no,
But-
shoreline. No.
10 inches on the shoreline.
That's true.
Yeah, you're not getting that much.
No.
man.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And there's like all that sludge.
Debris.
Like a lot, yeah.
Debris.
Oh,
Debris
yeah.
in the water.
Like you can't even fish some of the banks. It's crazy.
We got Yakabass Vic saying Zach's reaction is funny AF.
Word.
Well, if you go check out his YouTube channel, man,
Yeah, you'll laugh a little more.
you're gonna laugh a little bit more. But if you want to check out Cheetah's YouTube channel, he cusses a lot more. So go check out his channel. That's why I watch his channel.
That's I'm trying to keep the YouTube monetization away from my channel.
He does nobody any good. man.
so good.
Hopefully that keeps the ads off or something. I don't know.
And then we have Shane's YouTube channel. We have Yak Local.
Yep.
And he got some new and interesting views on his kayak. He got that front facing camera
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
You need to get that up running.
I'm kind of missing the chest cam. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I'm at home editing my stuff, I'm like, man, I wish I had that angle.
And that audio.
Yeah, and the audio's so good. So
Yeah.
I'm once I do like all my insurance stuff with GoPro, I'm gonna get a third cam. I might do the Zach Taylor special, do the rear, front, and the chesty.
Yeah, guys, back at the pond. You know what it is. You know where I'm at.
It's not even. You're not even close.
Not
All right,
even
let's do it.
close.
Do it
Not even
again.
close.
Do it for us. Do it for us.
He's not
Do
cool
what?
enough.
Do
He's
it
not
for
cool
us.
enough.
Come on.
Do my intro?
Yeah, do your intro real quick.
Oh man.
I like
ain't
you
doing
like
no
you're at the
intro.
pond. Like you're at the pond.
What up, y'all?
Yeah. That was so perfect. That was so perfect. That was like, felt like I was watching a new episode, bro. I thought the TV was on, dude. Oh my god. Hey, what's up, y'all? That's exactly
Go do it. Do it. Go again.
man,
You're
I
at the
can't
pond.
Do it now, man.
You're
You
at
got
the
me-
pond. You're
I'm
about to
laughing
throw
too
your
hard.
frog and your chatterbait. Come on. Just do us a quick intro at the pond.
We're back here at the
Yeah,
pond.
yeah. What's going on, y'all? Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to the channel. We're back on the pond here. It's your boy Yak and Zach fishing, man. Another video. Yada yada yada.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yes, bro. That was perfect. So
Oh my
smooth.
gosh.
So smooth.
Damn. How's your intro go, Cheeto?
Wait, I don't really do. I don't know. I do an intro, but it's just like, hey, at wherever we're at, and we're gonna try to do this. It's nothing interesting like him.
That's exactly how your channel starts.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm
Hi
just like,
guys, I'm just on foot patrol
Yeah.
over at the bay.
honestly, it's just like, dude, I want to fish. Like, I don't want to do this thing. I just want to.
Yeah.
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 Let's
But
get
you're
it out of
pre-
the way.
Like,
But you're
get
low
your
key
camera
pretty
out.
good. Like you're entertaining to watch.
Thank
So,
you. Thank
Yeah.
Very.
Shane, how's your intro going?
I
on
don't
your
feel
YouTube
like
channel?
I feel like I don't have.
Yeah.
You know that song.
Yeah,
Good
I
song.
love when they come on. Yeah.
Yeah. Not. I feel like I feel like I always forget to do like intros like on the water, and
Yeah.
like having to do or outros more. But I feel like one thing I do catch myself. I always say, "Let's see what we can get. peace.
Yeah.
That's one thing I always do.
Don't you do this
Yeah,
too?
No, I did that one time, stupid.
I like it.
I did that one time. So dumb. Oh, so-
I did that on the way, low key.
Did you?
Like on the way to Lopez,
You were
I had some
excited?
Drake going, and I was just like, waters in the background, not river in the background, lakes in the background. I'm just like, I'm about to hit Lake Lopez.
Oh,
Gosh.
it's gone.
All right, so Chris, how do you start your TikTok?
My TikTok? There is no start. It just
Yeah.
goes.
It's just video.
I put a picture and that's it, huh?
You're on TikTok?
Yeah, I put a picture up there.
Oh, I thought this was a joke.
It is a joke.
I don't have
When
TikTok,
are you
but
gonna
I
start your
have it
YouTube
either.
channel?
Yeah, I don't have
Huh?
TikTok.
Chris, when are you gonna start your YouTube channel?
Oh, that's down the road, maybe.
Wait,
How
I
long
gotta
have you had
finish.
to go
I gotta
for?
finish my garage
There we go.
first.
I was gonna ask about
I gotta
the
finish
garage.
the shop first.
Tell us about how you thought about tell us about your journey of kayak rigging and like what came about the idea of just building up a new garage. Like what inspired you?
I don't know. It's probably way back. I used to do. Don't laugh. Model trains. Model trains.
What you
Look,
laugh?
I told you to laugh.
You laugh, Cheeto.
Look
You
at
had
that.
one job, bro. Damn.
She doesn't just laugh.
See, and model trains is almost the same. The electrical part of doing trains is almost the same as the kayak. It's a low voltage process.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then I started getting into the fishing in the kayak and doing my own rigging on my own kayak, and then seeing some of the other guys do their rigging on a kayak, like what is it? One Objective, watching their videos.
Would you say One Objective is kind of one of your inspirations of doing your own rigging?
Yeah, that's like probably one of the first ones I've seen.
Yeah.
And also Carrie down at
Kayak fishing supplies.
Kayak fishing supplies.
Yeah.
Yep. Watching those guys, and most of our other friends, they all have their rigging on their boats, done by them. So watching them.
Nice.
But I've always tinkered like that, so it was a no-brainer. But just recently, I guess the last maybe year or so, I think, I'm not saying it's a calling, but I go out there and I love rigging kayaks. I've done motor on his, motor on his, motor on yours. Done
More
a few
than that.
for other, yeah,
Motor,
yeah,
electronics.
but it's fun. I mean, I drive a truck all week long, and then come home and rig kayaks up. And, it's fun. It's for me, it's an out. It's a real out. I get in my garage, and then now I redid my garage, and you'll get to see that pretty soon.
When are you gonna hang up Kayak Ditch Day neon lights in the background?
As soon as someone makes me a banner or lights to hang up,
And he's looking at you.
Lights too?
No, I don't do lights. I just do stickers.
He's like,
I don't do lights.
if you want all that,
Jack
you
of all
gotta
trades.
hang it up there. But
Oh, at least maybe like a sticker.
Oh yeah,
Start
for
out
sure.
with
We
a
could do
big
something.
sticker.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah, that would be cool. And maybe we can have some podcasts over there.
yeah.
We're looking to probably bring more content of like, I'm kind of excited to have that content on Kayak Ditch Day
Mhm.
of his builds.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And
Like maybe Jaime's boat.
Yeah,
That'd
yeah.
be a good build.
got a few more there. I got a few more in the process.
Can I add? Chris has been real modest right now.
Yeah,
He's really good at what he does, man. Like he said, he's done all our kayaks here, except for Cheeto's kayak, right?
Yeah,
Like,
Cheetos.
but he does a really good job, man. So when he's ready to go, hit him up.
Yeah,
Hook a brother
hook a brother up. Just how it's spelled.
Yeah.
on IG. Yeah, hit him
On
up, man.
IG.
Chris is really good. He ain't gonna
Yeah.
tell you that though.
Yeah, I feel like he's like our version of what the wizard or whatever.
Romel.
Yeah,
Romel.
Absolutely.
He is. He's our
Romel,
SoCal
yeah.
wizard. Yeah.
yeah.
That's another one
Absolutely,
too. You
man.
learn from him too. He's
He's
wow. Yeah. I mean, I
Don't
wanna say I'd
cry.
be like
Don't
him,
shed
but
a tear.
yeah, no,
Okay.
he's
And-
good though.
Honestly, like rigging is like a big deal because it has a huge effect on like your time on the water.
100%.
Like
Yeah.
honestly, like if you have things not rigged right, Like
Yeah.
you're gonna spend a bunch of time with your stuff just not working
Mhm.
and like trying to fix it while you're on the water, which is like the worst thing ever.
Yeah, imagine if you don't have your pedals or if you don't have a kayak that has pedal drives. You're
Yeah.
basically assed out. You need to paddle
Mhm.
back.
Yeah,
You know?
but it's like for me, I recently just redid all my stuff because like, dude, I was using like SAE connectors and they would always get all corroded, and I'd be like on the water trying to get my like fish finder or live scope like
Yeah.
just to power on.
Mhm.
You know, it's like
So Chris, upgrade my boat to all Anderson.
You
Up
don't
to
have
what?
Andersons already?
Huh?
He has all Anderson. I've upgraded his boat.
I was
No,
about to
no,
say.
all my electronics to
I've
Anderson
already
too.
upgraded. His boat's a work in progress. Every time I turn, it's got something. But
This guy.
I know we got something else. We got another project
my
we got to
fault.
put. Now we got another project for your boat coming up pretty soon too.
I know.
Yeah.
Jonathan Dimone said Bay Derb Sunday.
Oh yeah.
So if
At
anybody
the-
can make
at
that.
Los Alamitos. Yep. Urban Anglers.
Yep. Urban Angler, shout out to them.
Good group.
Good group. Kirk's a great guy. I judge those sometimes.
That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
spotted bay bass.
And they're biting.
Oh, I think it's multi-species, right?
Yeah. Bay bass. It's
That's
spotted bay
halibut.
bass, sand bass,
And halibut,
And
big fish.
calico, and then halibut side pot.
Yak Bass Vic says, I need to learn how to edit so I can upload some funny. Yeah, man. YouTube, bro. YouTube University. Albert Flores says, where are the beers at?
Albert.
Hey,
Man,
We might have some
Oh wait!
tequila.
Oh wait! I got. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me show
Okay.
something to my boy Albert here.
Yeah.
All right, Chris is gonna get a little something. Damian Henderson from Georgia says, "What's up?"
What's up?
Oh,
Yeah.
George.
Rookie of
Albert.
the year, KBF Rookie of
There
the
you go,
year
Albert.
says, "What's up?"
Oh, damn.
Oh,
Yeah. What's
Albert,
up,
turn me on
Damian?
this.
Yeah.
Show Albert. Show it in the middle of the screen. There's no sponsor to
It's
this
really
video.
good, Albert. I
but
tried it for the first time today.
Grand Malo.
fire.
Tell us a little bit about that tequila.
Good.
It's just good. Just drink it.
It's tamarind infused.
Oh,
Tamarind
just good.
infused
Yep.
tequila.
Yep. Thanks, Albert.
Yaka Bass Vic says, "What's Chris's info?"
Go ahead,
So-
man. Chris.
Boom.
Boom.
My Instagram is Hook a Brother Up. You can contact me. You can contact me there or Chris Cabral on Facebook and TikTok. It's ENIAC 24/7.
Uh-huh.
In a yak 24/7.
Oh,
Oh, that's
in a yak.
catchy.
ENIAC
I like
24/7.
like that one.
That's catchy.
Yeah.
That's good.
Might have to change our
Yeah, that's
kayak ditch
Hook
day name.
a
I was just kidding.
Brother up.
Hook a brother up, just like how it's spelled.
No.
Nah, don't do it like how he just said it.
Right.
Hook a brother.
Up.
With an
Brother.
A. No,
Oh,
no,
it's
brother.
brother. No, it's
Brother.
brother, isn't it?
Brother.
It's
Brother.
brother. Oh.
Say it one more time.
Hook a brother up.
There we go.
Hook a brother up.
Right.
Oh, that's good.
Big Mac says, greeting from Arizona.
Oh, what's up,
Hey,
Big
what's
Mac?
going on now?
What's up? And Albert Flores says, take the bottle out, Chris.
Yeah.
And then we got Albert Flores saying, that's the good stuff right there.
Yes, sir.
And Be the Fish, Bailey Igbret.
Haley. What's up, man?
Say what's up. He says, howdy, fellas.
What's
He's
up, Bailey?
over in near the Big Lakes.
Yeah,
St. Clair.
it's a good
You guys
podcast.
follow
I listen to
him?
that one.
Be the Fish.
Yeah.
Bailey
Mhm.
Igbret. Yeah. He's a stud. Everybody root for him on the whole BBOS. Let's go.
Are they down in Florida right now?
Um,
That's ML.
that's KBF. That already passed.
They already passed.
Oh,
Where's-
I don't know where
where's
the
the
next
first
Hobie
Hobie
event
BOS
is.
I
I have
don't
no
know.
idea.
He's on here. Ask him.
Oh, well, that's true. If you're still here, Bailey, where is the next Hobie BOS stop? Let us know. Bailey's in Florida.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Harris Chain.
There we go.
There,
Yeah.
Shane.
See, I'm
Good
following
luck,
you, man.
brother.
I'm following the channel, bro. I know you was down there.
Zach's following you, man. And if you need a new intro, Zach got you.
Oh man, he's good. Bailey's good.
Bailey's editing style is
He's
good.
He's
But
all right.
you haven't seen his channel?
No,
Be
I
the
actually
Fish?
haven't.
No?
I'll have to check it out.
You should feel bad.
I do feel bad.
But you guys know
Sorry.
Be the Fish, right? Be the Fish. It's okay. It's
Yeah,
okay.
sorry. I don't, like, I follow whatever kind of shows up. Like I don't know like who people are.
If
Like,
you
I don't
ain't throwing a legend boom,
I don't want nothing to do with you.
Or a
Yeah,
canine,
exactly.
or a canine.
Nah,
Come
I,
on.
I like watching fishing, like all sorts of fishing, as long as it's not all just worm action. I don't know.
Get the little worms out of there.
Yeah, get them worms out of there.
okay, so they start official practice tomorrow over at Harris Chain. And yeah, go
so
Bailey,
good
dude.
luck, brother.
Yeah, there were some big
good
fish
luck
caught there
out there,
last
man.
week. KBF. A couple weeks ago, KBF, they were catching some big fish out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Big.
On Harris too. KBS on Harris as well.
No, Polk County.
Polk County.
I just want to shout out to Bailey because he actually really truly inspired me to host this podcast that we're doing right now, because he motivated me, because I saw something that he did very similar. But ours is very unique in itself because we're Kayak Ditch Day, you know. But he did something similar around a campfire with Alex Rudd
Oh, nice.
and some of the other X2 guys. But yeah, man, thanks for the inspiration. Damian Henderson said, hey, you need to come over here to Georgia so me, you, and Gene can go catch some giants. Fluke Master, for sure. If Kayak Ditch Day is invited, we all going.
What do you say?
Huh?
Say it again.
Damian wants us to come over with him and Fluke Master to go catch some giants in Georgia.
Hey, we're in Georgia. I'll be in South Carolina in a couple months.
He won't tell you. He'll tell you in
Down the
person,
road.
but he won't tell you on here.
Really?
Dude. Yeah, it's a secret lake.
Oh, I don't care about the lake. Where you at?
Oh,
City.
where are you at, Damien? Put it in the comments. Okay, Max Lee says I'm rooting for Bailey. Bailey says KBF was over at Kissimmee.
Yeah.
And then Albert Flores says more of this Kayak Ditch Date group podcast. Damn.
We could have more of Kayak Ditch Day if everyone would show up. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Just
They got
kidding.
ditched.
He said when you come, bring the beard in.
Yeah.
Bailey says keep it up. Good stuff here, gents. Yeah, I mean, I think that concludes our podcast, guys. What do you guys think?
Well, I think did we skip over it?
What did we skip over?
Kayak Ditch Day period, like why it even exists.
Oh well, let's.
I'm
Why does Kayak Ditch
gonna kick
Day?
it over to Chris. Chris
Oh,
will,
yeah.
will explain the beginnings of Kayak Ditch Day
From the beginning?
from the beginning.
Yeah, tell us a story.
Well, I think simple. Kayak Ditch Day came out. We were all got together online and said, let's go fishing. We went out to Pudding Stone on a Friday afternoon, and some of us were working, and they decided, I guess, to say, well, let's just call it a ditch day. We're all out here on a Friday afternoon fishing. So, Kayak Ditch Day came about. I think it was like maybe 4 or 5 of us, but now I think there's at least 7, 8
Probably. Yeah.
guys
about
in
8 or
the
9.
A
group.
lot of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
We roll deep.
yeah.
And long.
Oh, God, here we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dominic always making it
So no, it's
God.
just just a bunch of friends go out and fishing, and
Yeah.
we have a good time together. We go out there and we have a blast, and we did it at Clear Lake. We had a good time up there. No pressure. We help each other out in the water, and when we can, it's just like I said, it's a good time.
Yeah.
Good time out there fishing on the water, man.
Well, all right, guys, I already call you guys my support group. So when I see Kayak Ditch Day on my IG, it literally says 1-800, support. I need you for support.
Sure.
You guys saw me over at my West Coast Championship event.
Balled up, fetal position.
We got you, though.
Yeah. So you guys,
Yeah.
family,
You know it.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Damian Henderson, what happened? What?
I'm looking at the comment from
Damien says Rome. He's at Rome, Georgia.
Okay, yeah.
And
I'm gonna hit you up when I come out there, man.
Yakabasvik says I need friends. All right, well,
Come on.
hit
over.
us up, man. Come on over, dude. Kayak Ditch Day is over here.
Come skunk with us.
Yeah. Come stuck with
Dude,
us.
Big Mac is showing extra love for Yak and Zach.
Hey, that's one of my big supporters from the channel,
What's
man.
up?
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
That's
good.
cool, man.
Yeah, I'm glad to see him on here.
Nice.
What's his avatar's house music? I've seen that before.
He's probably subscribed to you too, man.
Yeah.
Show some love, dog.
Big Mac, you are subscribed to me, man. Thanks for everything and watching the videos and commenting, interacting with all my videos, and and all the support. You guys have anything more to say?
Yeah, no. So for Kayak Ditch Day, Instagram is there.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
follow Kayak Ditch Day on Instagram. And is there a Facebook yet or no?
No Facebook yet, but all that's coming, and it's spelled just like that sounds. Kayak Ditch Day.
Yeah.
So we'll start adding posts up there for you guys.
Yeah, but no promises just yet, like on content. But we'll slowly like roll it out.
Right.
You know,
Mhm.
we got a hat going on over there. Check it out, Kayak Ditch Day KDD. But yeah, I think that's. Oh well, there's more comments. Don says, "What time are you gonna hit the water tomorrow?"
Oh yeah, what time we gonna head now, guys?
7.
7:30.
Is that what time?
We're gonna have a tournament,
7.
so we don't have to wake up super early. It's gonna be like 38.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Down for 7.
About 7.
38 degrees.
Yeah, 100%. It's gonna be 38 degrees.
I
Yeah,
know
I promise
do,
you.
man.
It's gonna be.
Thanks
We're
for
gonna
the
you
support.
gonna ditch us, Cheeto?
No.
Mario
always
says, "Come fish Arizona."
Oh, I want to fish AZ. So
You guys fish Happens too, didn't you? Did you go down
Not
there?
has Mitri Lake. It's down the
Oh.
bottom. It's
I
pretty
see.
cool. Mini Delta.
All right, well, this concludes our podcast for episode 12. But wait, everyone has to take a shot before ending it. Should we make this?
Oh, dang.
Should we make this like?
Shots. I'll take a
My
shot,
grandma?
man.
Let's do it. All right,
Oh
guys,
my
we're gonna
God.
take a shot. On
It's really
the
good, dude.
podcast.
Where's the glasses?
Yeah, we need to get
Nah.
some glasses.
all right, we can
need
do
some
glasses.
glasses.
We're not gonna all just be. We're not gonna all just share one the lid.
Backwash.
You guys don't want to share the backwash? Come on. Come on.
Oh, should we pop the-
I'm taking it from the lid, bro. I
Oh
ain't doing
shoot!
it.
Can one of you
I ain't
guys
doing- I
pull
ain't
out
drinking
the
no tequila out of
sparkling
a
wine in the freezer?
Chafing dish.
We'll take those too.
Out of a chafing dish?
I just don't want it to
What's that?
explode.
You got a cup? I'm gonna use the
Hold
lid.
on, man.
I'm good. I got
You want to
it.
pop it on the show or?
Yeah, sure. Why
Yeah,
not?
pop it up in the background. Now. Hey
Jump
guys.
by.
Where's the cat? Oh,
We're
where's
not
the-
done
My
yet.
shot.
We're not done
Hey
yet.
guys, we're gonna pop off a sparkling bottle for Zach because he's leaving California
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
Yeah, we
South
gotta say
Carolina, and I bought him that bottle on the way here.
he will be missed
Yep,
for sure. Are we gonna
and
have to go
he's the one who thought about the whole idea like of actually making KDD official.
Yes. Thank you for that.
And if it weren't for your perspective, I would have never seen it that way. But
Yeah.
he kind of has that perspective, you know.
I like
Give
it.
us that,
I'm
yeah.
with it 100%.
And then Shane has that creativeness. KDD.
Dude, this smells like.
All right, pop that off, man. Pop it off.
It smells like.
Wait, hold on. You gotta let it
Melon
pop.
people.
Shake it up, man. Shake it up, dude.
No, don't shake it up. No, just don't shake it up.
Yeah, just don't
It's
break
Airbnb.
nothing.
We're gonna get
Pop that
charged.
up, man. Woo!
Oh,
Take a
dude.
swig.
I got you guys to take a shot. I got you guys to take a shot.
No.
It's waterfall.
Good.
That shit. I'm just kidding.
Hey, cheers.
Take the shot.
Oh wait, hold
Cheers
on,
to
wait,
Zach. I
wait.
know.
Zach, come in here.
Get your guys' little your dipping dishes.
Oh, okay,
You guys feel
sweet.
them both?
All right, don't spill on the mics.
Don't
I
spill
didn't
the
put too
mics.
much.
Don says shot.
Cheers, boys.
Cheetah says it's Cheetah's
Let's
scared.
not get skunked tomorrow, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
For real.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, let's get another
Isn't
one
that good?
going, man. Another one.
It's a good one, huh?
Let's do another one.
Isn't it tasty?
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
God. Here
come
we go.
on. I told you. Look at where we started.
Albert says, "I wish I could be there with y'all."
I
Albert
know.
started
Come
it.
on,
Albert
Albert.
started it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Albert, you
you're
started
mixed,
this
bro.
whole thing,
Don't
man.
spill them and shoot my-
Big Mac says, shot.
Yeah, Albert. I got another. Albert owes me another one of those bottles too.
Don
And so does
says,
my boy
is
Jaime.
Zach
He's
still
got one for me
planning
too.
on coming up to the Delta?
Yes.
Don, so here, Maybe give me some
I
more.
don't know how much you want. It's hard to tell with these dishes.
Skip with these dishes. That's what I'm saying, man.
We're doing give me medicine.
Oh my.
Is that a shot?
There we
It's
go.
a double shot, right?
It's a double shot. You got you're drinking out of bowls.
Hold on. Put this bottle down.
Here.
Yeah,
I
real
got-
quick.
give me-
Don, I don't know yet, man. Plans may have changed. Wife wants to go to Disney, so I might have to go to Disney instead of going to the Delta, bro.
Mara says, cheers, fellas.
Cheers,
Albert
Mario.
says, ha ha ha, that stiff is good.
It is.
Big Mac says, hook a brother up.
Yes, sir.
And Albert Flores says, stuff. I don't know what
He
that
corrected himself because you
Yeah.
read stiff.
Oh
my God.
Cheers.
Thanks for everyone watching.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Oh man, that's too much.
Woo.
All right, that concludes the podcast. I'll
Wait,
see you
fish
guys
roll.
later. Thanks for your support.
Yeah.
Remember, go follow Kayak Ditch Day on Instagram. We'll slowly start delivering some context.
I can't do this dude shot face while he's trying to say it. Oh, that's too good.
All right, guys. See you later. Peace.
Later, peace.
Bye.